To write the equation for a line, we're going to use the formula y equals mx plus b. This is called the slope-intercept formula because the m, which is the number in front of x, stands for the slope, which is rise over run, how far up and how far over that line goes between points. The number at the end, b, is the y-intercept. It's always the point where x equals 0. So we'd have a point where 0 is the x-coordinate, and whatever number is there at the end in place of b is the y-coordinate. The y and the x in this formula stand for the points on that line. So you'd plug in a number for x, you could do all of the math and find your answer, which would be the number for y. Go ahead and copy this into your notes. All right, we're going to do an example where we write the equation for a line going through 2 points. We're going to have the points 0, 4 and 2, -1. One way that you can write the equation for this line is to go ahead and graph those 2 points and see the line, and then you can find the slope and the y-intercept from the graph. If we graph the point 0, 4 and the point 2, -1 and draw a line through that, this is our line. We can find the slope by seeing the rise over the run. In this case, it's going to rise -5 because it's going down 5, and the run would be +2 since it goes down 5 over 2. So our slope is -5 over 2. The y-intercept is the point on the graph where x equals 0. So we would go to the point 0, 4, and that would be our y-intercept. The number 4 is the y-coordinate, which is the number we're going to use for b in our equation. We're going to use the slope-intercept formula, y equals mx plus b, and just replace those numbers. The number for slope, which is going to replace m, is -5 over 2, and the number for b, which is our slope-intercept, is 4. So we'll get the equation y equals -5 over 2x plus 4. Go ahead and copy this into your notes. Pause the screen. For this example, which is the last example we'll do on the notes today, we're going to see how to do the same thing but without the graph. If we want to write the equation for the line through the points -3, -2 and -1, 2, we can just use formulas instead of having to graph this on a graph. If we're going to use a formula for the slope, that would be m equals the second y number minus the first y number over the second x number minus the first x number. We would use the coordinates, remembering that the first point is -3 for x and -2 for y, and the second point is -1 for x and 2 for y. If we subtract the top and we subtract the bottom, we get 4 over 2, which we would simplify to have a slope equals 2. Now that we have our slope, we're going to use the slope-intercept form to find the y-intercept without using a graph. If we plug in the coordinates for our first point and our slope, which is 2, then we can solve for b and find out what our y-intercept is. We're going to use 2 for m and -3 for x and -2 for y. Those coordinates for x and y come from our first point. The b is going to stay a b because we don't know the y-intercept yet, but we can follow the steps for solving an equation by simplifying 2 times -3 is -6, and then using our opposites or inverses and adding 6 to both sides to find out that b equals 4, which means our y-intercept is at 4. Now that we know our slope is 2 and our y-intercept is 4, we can write our equation, y equals 2x plus 4. Go ahead and pause this so you can copy it into your notebook.